What if I told you that the problem facing Africa is not lack of resources or lack of critical thinking? What is the difference between a struggling nation and the striving one? It's because those striving ones have people that can think and then people that can profess solutions to their nation. My name is Nwoki Salas Arinze and I'm a volunteer at One Youth Global. We're going to be discussing something very much important that every African child needs to listen to. Why every African child should learn and practice debate. First of all, let's understand what debate is all about. So debate is a formal discourse between two teams conversing their arguments on a particular motion. So that means the essence of all of these things they do is to be able to profess solutions to a particular topic or a particular problem that is faced in that debate. So that means they need to make impact. They need to show why the argument is true and the impact they are making in that debate. Now, that is why it's important for every African child in our continent to learn how to practice debating. Now, I'm going to be listing like few things that we need to understand why African child needs to learn how to debate. The first thing is that debate teaches how to think critically. We are faced with a lot of conditions whereby African children are made to cram a lot of things, and then at the end of the day we don't necessarily get the best out of them because we push them in a particular circle and then they cannot be able to think outside the box. So debate comes in now to be able to push out these children from that circle, and then they can be able to think out of that box and then offer solutions to problems, the societal issues facing them, and all of these things will be able to solve. So at the end of the day, debate is not just about coming to the stage and then cramming and all of those things, but it translates to preferring solutions that are very much realistic in debate or in the society too. The second thing we need to understand is that it helps people to build up confidence and words. A lot of individuals, a lot of talented people, and we have a lot of intelligent African child. But the problem they have is that they don't even have the voice, they don't even have the confidence to be able to speak up. So debate gives them that confidence and those charisma to be able to come up in the society, challenge problems, challenge like policies made by the government diplomatically. But one of the difference we normally face with people that are not debaters and then people that are debaters is that if you see majority of persons that are not debaters, they don't respectfully face policies that are made by the government. So that is why debaters know how to diplomatically respond to policies made by the government. This is why every African child needs to learn how to debate. The third thing here we need to understand is that it's develop problem solving skills for these kids. Africa is faced with a lot of problems: governance realities, economic realities, religions problems, and all of those things. So the only way that African can be able to approach this problem is by pushing out our kids, pushing out our children to be able to learn how to debate. So in that debate, they are better able to learn how to solve these problems and then how to profess solutions. That is why One Youth debate model comes in place, because the most unique thing we find in One Youth debate model is that these kids are required to play a particular role, and then playing that particular role, they are required to also know things about. For instance, now, if you are told to play the role of the president of Ghana, you are required to know things about Ghana and then problem that is facing Ghana and all of those things. So at the end of the day, these kids will be able to put themselves in that shoes and then offer solutions that are better workable in the society. So that means in the debate, we've weighed the both and solutions, maybe the solution from the proposition side and the solution from the opposition side, and the best one that makes more impact wins the debate. The next thing we also need to understand is that it encourages critical engagement with information. We are faced with a lot of misinformation in the society. Sometimes we don't even know which one to follow. So at the end of the day, if we want to build up kids that are not easily manipulated by information they see on the social net, we should be able to train kids and then bring them into debate so that they will be able to know when an information is true and where it's false, because they are better able to ask themselves whether this information is true or whether this information can be able to fly because of what they see in social media. So at the end of the day, if we want to train kids that are not easily manipulated because of a lot of the misinformation that is flying on social media, That means we should bring our kids and then get them into debating. So the essence of this video is to tell you that every African child should learn how to debate, because Africa is faced with a lot of problems, and if we don't start now to train our kids on a lot of issues facing us, because debate will help them to be exposed with these problems, and then they'll be able to know how to solve this problem in the society. So at the end of the day, that means these kids are not just debating, but we are also training them to be future leaders. Thank you.